So I have stood here and sat here all morning long and listened to all these Matthew Stafford predictions and projections and all that kind of stuff. Let me give you today's green list. These are the 5 teams that should absolutely be going all out to get Matthew Stafford right now and why it makes sense. Number 5, the Giants. There is no greater motivator than desperation. The Giants don't have a quarterback. Their owner is making no secret of how frustrated he is. They desperately need something to jumpstart this team. A quarterback could do it. I understand why the Giants would be in it. The Steelers, while there is no desperation, they actually need a quarterback desperately too. And Mike Tomlin has proved when he had Ben Roethlisberger in his prime or even close to his prime, they win playoff games in Pittsburgh. The Steelers desperately need a quarterback. He would make sense there too. That said, I don't see why Stafford would want to go to either of those places. If I'm him, I would consider Indianapolis. The Colts are in what is the most winnable division in the NFL. They play their games in a dome, and they made a huge mistake. They took Anthony Richardson. Leading up to that draft, all anybody said is he's going to need time, he's going to need to sit, and what did they do? They played him immediately. It's been a disaster. He still needs time and to sit and to watch. They need to win now. I think it would make a lot of sense in Indy. Number 2, I have no idea if there's any chance of this, but I think if you put Matthew Stafford on the Vikings, they have a real chance to win the Super Bowl next year. The offense, the defense, Justin Jefferson, you name it. If you put Matthew Stafford on the Vikings next season, I think they go right there with the Eagles, the Lions, and anybody else you want to put in the conversation at the top of the NFC. But at number 1, it's the Rams. I don't know what the actual heck they're doing playing around with this thing. They're this close to the Super Bowl. If they're not in a blizzard in Philadelphia last year, I think they win that game. They certainly were the closest anybody came to beating the Eagles in the playoffs last year. So if I'm the Rams, I don't know why they're even letting this become a conversation. So to me, those are the 5 teams that should be knocking their own socks off to try and get Matthew Stafford. The Giants, the Steelers, the Colts, the Vikings, and most of all, his own team, the Rams. Neek, your thoughts?
Yeah, I like your list. I think it's accurate, but I would say that the Vikings idea made me think of another team, and maybe I should have put this in my bold predictions or unlikely events. But, I mean, I think the Broncos could be another place where that defense is really talented. The O-line is good. They got Cortland Sutton and a great coach. And I think as good as their quarterback situation was last year, it's still a young quarterback in Bo Nix who cannot elevate necessarily. I think that'd be another place that'd be worth considering if they thought that they were close, which I think they're pretty close depending on what happens at that position.
That would surprise me a lot with the season that Bo Nix had. Quick reaction, Tim.
Here's also, I don't think that Matthew Stafford, guys like that, they're not ever going to places where there is the next guy. Because basically, once you go to a team that, like, say it's Minnesota, you then basically are defining yourself as a bridge quarterback at that point. When you go to a team that has a quarterback that the team is still basically committed to building around in the future, that's it. Your Colts example is a better example because they've already seen him play, and they're not going to be building around Anthony Richardson. They need somebody else to play the position better. Stafford would do that. He's an upgrade over a lot of places.
Yeah, he's an upgrade over almost everyone in the entire NFL. I can't believe this has even become a conversation.
How's it going, everybody? Villa Sports Network here. Just want to thank you guys for your support on the channel. Thank you guys for watching the video. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Also want to kind of remind you to don't forget to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment on the video if you like as well. But regardless of the fact, thank you again for your support, and hope to see you on the next video.